Well, let's just keep it real. Money did become a big issue because.
Well, yeah, when you see what's out there, yes.
Just so you guys understand, the thing that broke up the Lawtube cabal is money, 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 money. And now thinking back,
The attempt to basically unionize it, and I was like, oh boy.
no, you know what? I think people didn't realize. So
Yeah.
when Nick was doing Rittenhouse and
Yeah.
Johnny Depp and all these other things, having 10 lawyers come onto a stream and talk about the case is so valuable. So valuable because don't forget that's what blew up.
And I didn't see any of it.
Yeah. And I'm thinking if you're making, some of these guys are making $20,000, $30,000 a day, and you don't think about giving it to any of your, just at least saying, hey, you know what? I know you're helping me. You're coming to my channel every day, helping me get these views and subs. It's not me, just break off a little something, or even like a gift or something. But none of those people did that. And matter of fact, I think Nick even promised a couple of people to actually break them off a piece and never broke them off a piece. So just to let everybody know, it was the thing that broke. The reason why
that's some hot goss I never heard.
Oh yeah. No, there's I don't know if he wants. Well, there's two people. I don't know if they want me to say their names, but they say they were promised by Nick a piece of some of the action, and then it disappeared, and they never got it. So, and that was the reason. That's kind of what broke everything up. So, and then I remember we were all arguing over who, because then it was like the next trial. So it was like who would be the solo person to do the next trial.
Oh yeah, like I saw that. Well, that part of like
that part got really
we're gonna organize this, and we're gonna have that's. You put a bunch of lawyers in a room, all they're going to do is start fighting, and that's...
Is the Rekieta divorce arc real? Well, it's kind of looking like it. So let me give you a quick update on that, and then we'll get into the real meat and potatoes of this video. So, the Rekieta divorce arc. Recent developments suggest, yes, we know from court reports there is serious tension between Rekieta and his wife. We know that Rekieta has his girlfriend April in the bunker, and the filthy state of the house suggests the kids are gone. And yeah, I mean, Nick is really, really just not making it easy at all. Like, I don't understand. I really am at a loss for words. I mean, yesterday I made the video, which if you haven't checked out, go check it out, about how his DMs were leaked, which I don't really, I almost forgot he did this. He leaked Null's DMs to try to get a gotcha and look like the good guy. I mean, granted, he just looked like an idiot as per usual, but at the same time, it's like, after you do that, I guess it shouldn't really matter if all your DMs get leaked. I encourage more people to leak DMs with RekietaLaw at this point in time and give them directly to, well, either Breaking Baldo News, the farms, or whatever you can. I mean, hell, give them to me if you want. And we can have a good time, because it's time, Nikki. It's time, Nose. You know, I gotta pay the piper. But the reason this was brought up is because yesterday, April had her omnibus, and Rekieta was there. So, breaking news, Rekieta's girlfriend, buddy, April, is still in the Baldo bunker. Nick was caught on camera setting up April's Zoom court call. The call was coming from inside the house. So, you know, it's like, I would be shocked. I'm just going to say I would be shocked if a divorce or some kind of separation didn't happen yet or is not imminent. And I think we're getting proof little by little, because again, Nick makes it super freaking easy. So that's that. On the other front, I want to go ahead before I go into the main topic here. Rekieta's saying, I almost never see April. I don't want to talk about where someone else lives. So Rekieta blatantly lying, and this was in Patrick Melton's chat, the presumed child enthusiast. So there's that, and if you want to know about Patrick Melton's child enthusiasm, you can visit his thread on Kiwi Farms, Patrick Melton, NLO. You'll find it right there. Anyway, moving on, we have this interesting post, speaking of the farms, by a individual, and this was really a big kind of bombshell that dropped yesterday after potentially criminal Sean went over the omnibus for April. They also went over a couple other things. Uncivil Law joined, and so did NatetheLawyer. And NatetheLawyer finally dropped some very juicy information. NatetheLawyer confirmed on stream that Nick promised the other LawTubers around the Rittenhouse Depp era that he would split the revenue from the streams he hosted, but he never did. Hopefully, someone got the clip of that. Now, this kind of like... makes a lot of sense because it is so within Nick's character. And as somebody that's been in the similar situation as the Lawtubers, right? You know, I can completely understand, right? I understand where if there is any frustration or if there is any resentment, I can see where it's coming from. Because, I mean, look, think of it. Your time, your insight on Nick's panel was, I mean, it wasn't even rewarded necessarily per se. It was the Baldo just going straight to, you know, whatever Nick is doing now. So that's where when trips to Jamaica with like other men around, you know, there's the obvious cocaine stuff and et cetera, et cetera. So that's basically where all your super berries went instead of going to the better lawyers out there. So, you know, it's one of those things too, just really quick. It's like, just because somebody has the most hype around them doesn't mean they're the smartest cat in the room, right? And the thing with Nick is he was always all hype. He was 100% a fucking idiot, like the entire time. It wasn't hard. I mean, fucking 19-year-old me called it. I saw it a mile away. I told people, this guy is a fucking idiot. And everybody got mad. Everybody was like, Sen, you're just a hater. You just want to be on some fucking Nick's show. You know, I'm not gonna let my inner narc out today, but I'm just gonna tell you, everybody, you know, from Crater Face to the others, Sen is right again, and that's all. Anyway, moving on. The actual clip in question: huge admission from NatetheLawyer. On LawTubeSean's stream, he alleges Nick Rekieta had lawyers appear on a stream and made huge profits, promised them a cut of action, and then never paid what he was owed. Is anyone surprised? No, I sure as hell am not. So that was coming from Malcolm X here. And another thing, the Law Pope, of course, coming in with the Law Cope, immediately comes in and says, "This is false. Highly disappointed to see the jealousy and outright false claims from people I helped make thousands and thousands of dollars. NatetheLawyer, this is shockingly low." So Nick apparently malding. A person says, "Who to believe here?" And Rekieta says, "Let me help. Do I strike you as a person who would offer to pay a smaller channel to guest on my huge show? I never would offer to pay someone. Coming on my show was hugely profitable to every guest of mine." So I also thought you would never threaten to strike channels either. We used to make fun of people like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even Rekieta's own defense can be used against him. I mean, like, this guy has no more goodwill of the people. And it's like, I mean, I can't say I really blame them, because at this point, Nick has kind of like used up every bit of goodwill that he had, you know, from what I see. All right, there's like literally almost no reason to ever give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's had a lot of chances in this entire thing, right? Even when the thing came out about the children and how they, you know, Nick and the substances and stuff, people are still willing to give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, "Oh, he's just a rock star." Yeah, 40-year-old man being a rock star. That's so cool and base, guys. While his 5 kids are getting, like, you know, the bad treatment, right? The worst kind of fucking parenting known to man. Yeah, that's such a rock star move. It kind of really just goes to show the intelligence of some people, and people often wonder, Sen, why do you make fun of people on the internet? Because they're fucking stupid. Because they literally think that Rekieta being a terrible, bad, abusive parent is the equivalent of being a rock star. Your people need fucking help. Listen, I'm not claiming to be the fucking arbiter of morality here or the best person around, but I sure as fuck know that you guys are fucking idiots for even suggesting a defense like he's a rock star to fucking Nick abusing his kids. Now, moving on, we got breaking Baldo news coming in, saying Rekieta balls about his former peers, exposing the fact he didn't give them a single red cent for appearing on his streams for dozens of hours while he made millions. These people gave up their precious time to enhance your show, and you paid them with exposure. Pathetic. And it kind of just goes to show the narcissism, again, just kind of seeps out. Nick says, "Well, I don't need to compensate you because my time, my aura, my presence is the compensation. It is Just goes to show how much he thought of himself, how much he was huffing his own fumes. Breaking Baldo News goes on to say his statements are directly contradicted by this video where he promises a monetary reward for his co-host.
We brought in almost an entire Nissan Sentra worth of super chats today, which is it blows my mind.
That's
I
a nice
appreciate it,
vehicle.
and I will be. I know that my panelists have all fielded this question, so I don't have to. But they do not. There's not like a fee sharing arrangement or anything like that. But I am contemplating how to maybe provide something very nice for all of them, because I appreciate very much how much they elevated this show. Again, it would have just been drunk crying into a microphone for 3 weeks, which would have been embarrassing. And instead, we got really, really smart discourse from really, really great people, and so. Know how much I appreciate everyone, and I will be contacting each of you for some instructions on how I can get you something as a thank you. So
Well, that's very kind of you.
appreciate
Thank you for.
Note, a Nissan Sentra at the time of recording was an average sale price of $21,000. So again, Breaking Baldo News with the fact check right there. And now, speaking of which, breaking Baldo News. In Legal Mindset's most recent stream with LawTube, Sean! He reveals that he contacted various women that RekietaLaw would call them late at night for multiple hours, gushing about his life. These women were in relationships or married.
Scarebro, what's up, Scarebro? Says for 499. Kalia was one of Nick's only female mods. Dig score bros, no. Nick poured his soul out to female fans, but dudes, I better like phoning ET than Nick. Yeah, and this was the weird thing about Nick, because I've been screenshotted a lot of conversations that female content creators send to me, and I'm like, Nick never spoke to me that way. Bro, like, whatever you think conversation we had, we didn't have those type of conversations. He was gushing with these people, right? I have had other content creators that are female tell me he calls them at night, and these are people that are married or have boyfriends, and he will call them and be on the phone for 5 to 6, 7 hours. What type of married man is on the phone with another woman for
5 to 6, 7 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go. My fucking kid needs to go to school.
Well, no, at some point they're like, my boyfriend is having questions about this, you know?
Yeah.
And this is after they've been propositioned, right?
Yeah.
So
Nick's like, they can join. I don't care.
Yeah.
Root for one more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting to note. It's very, 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 very funny. And then we continue on here. The lies unravel quickly. The guilty mind exposes itself. As Rekieta says, I can't wait to see evidence of me doing that. And he continues on. Here's April over here. This doesn't mean Aaron was right. Yada, yada, yada. Wait, I thought you said I was RekietaLaw. Which one is it? Blah, 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 blah. I'm breaking Baldo News because he's actually competent, unlike some lawyers out there. A certain big-nosed lawyer in particular. Meant to say he had been contacted by various women that RekietaLaw would call them. Please forgive my bad writing. I'm a tard. So there you go. Correcting the record as well. Immediately good. So Breaking Baldo News, finally up here. LawTube Gate payment scandal continues as Legal Mindset reveals members of Nick's panel were led with a carrot stick into believing they'd receive payment for being co-hosts. RekietaLaw made over $232,000 over the death trial. What did his co-host get? Zero.
we were just being the people we are and trying to help someone in need.
Nick, give me $1,000. I need $1,000 right now, Nick.
Well, and we're going to get into that when we talk about the LawTube money thing. Because here's the thing.
Well,
you want to talk about Nick's altruism? He fucked people over.
So if
right?
you know, will you share the whole thing?
We're gonna yes. Once we're done with this, he fucked people over.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, you thought this was gonna? Yeah. I know two of them, and I don't give a fuck anymore. So especially about these two people. So I have no problem putting this out there. Right?
Were you? Wait. So was it you?
No, I'm the third.
Okay.
So, but let's put that aside for a second.
No.
So that said, there probably are more because I wasn't privy to every private conversation. I wasn't always there. So when he said he knows two, there's probably more. So of this, from the Rittenhouse trial, I was behind stage with both Alita, Legal Bites, and Joe when he made a comment about giving us something. He said he didn't know what, but it would be something. He didn't be specific about what it was. He didn't say it was a gift. And I didn't want to talk about this because it was behind the scenes for a long time. But Joe was super salty that he never came through with that. Because he never came through. So I know that was at least one of the people from the Rittenhouse days.
Really? Right? Oh.
Before all of this, right? And then when it came to the Depp trial, there was some what do you call it? Carrot and sticking.
Yeah.
With like, because Legal Bites was getting all the people, right? So it was like, oh well, Legal Bites getting all the people. Well, why should we go to Nick? Well, he's gonna hint that, hey, we do well here. We're gonna break you off. But
I still wasn't part of this. Jesus.
I'm thinking like, you didn't break us off before, and you insinuated it. To be honest, there was a lot of bitching about money, and the top two at that time I was hearing it from was Joe and Alita, right? I think Nate has a good point though. If you really want someone as a guest and you really want them as a panelist, and they're bringing in a lot of people uniquely, and they like have their own audience, of tens of thousands of people, you should break them off something. Because like, look, maybe the Rittenhouse trial would have still been awesome, but having the reactions of myself, Joe, Legal Bites, whatever, whoever was doing that, how much better did that make it? Maybe it's 5% better, maybe it's 10% better, right? You could break off 2% and that would be a shit ton of money, right?
Yeah. Well, when you're making a couple $100,000, what's $500?
Yeah, right. Like you're making $20,000 a stream, and you can't throw $500. Like, I get it.
Or not even 20,000. Like at the end of the trial, man. Here's like $500. Like,
so if you're talking about people that are upset that didn't get a piece of the pie, this is what they missed out on. This is what
there's a lot of pie.
Yeah, there was a lot of pie to be missed out on there.
And that's under.
Yeah. I would imagine these are conservative estimates
on my side. But yes,
there you go. There you go. So it's only goes bigger.
$0. And again, it's like I said, I mean, Rekieta never really was the smartest guy in the room. Again, it was all showmanship. It was all smoke and mirrors, as they say. It was always idiots like Crater Face, who's now, turning on Rekieta. Spectre! That idiot over there turning on Rekieta. It was always idiots like those, useful fucking idiots, throwing their bodies out there. For the sake of talking to Nick, we're just talking to Rekieta. Anyway, that's all, guys. Let me know what you think. And this should be the last compressed Rekieta video up until our Friday show. So we're going to go over everything. And yeah, there's definitely going to be a Saturday show because there's way too much stuff. Way too much stuff. But until next time, guys, love the Seni Squad, respect the Seni Squad. And until next time, remember, don't be a rackets.